Bing. All right. Hi there. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Treat community. Welcome, Front Fans community. Hi, Adam. Good to see you.
Hey, nice to see you again.
You too. All right. We got all kinds of people in here. This is fantastic. We have a lot of cool stuff to talk about. So I guess let's just get right to it. So we are Treat DAO. We are joined here today with Front Fans. Let's see. Sorry, all the people like coming in, all the stuff moving on the screen.
The chat's going crazy, and we got a ton of people joining in from our community and your community. So it's nice to see.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, so today I really want to talk to you guys about the launch of the platform. The last time we spoke, we talked a lot about the token. And this time I want to talk more about the launch of the platform and as well get some updates about the token and some new things that are going on. Let's see, do we have anybody here from Treat? We've got Rob. All right, sweet. We've got Sai. All right. So I will have Rob jump in on audio now and again to help me out and to fill in with, words when words fall short for me. I am an artist, so words are actually not my strongest suit.
I would not be able to tell, to be quite honest. So, I mean, I think the two go hand in hand, right? You can paint with words, you can paint with a brush. Sometimes you can do both. I think you do both. So I would say just listening into, some of the podcasts you guys have done. And obviously we had our first partnership on Spaces, which was awesome. I think now being able to kind of see the faces behind both. Obviously neither you nor I are our entire teams, but being able to see, that, hey, like these are teams building in the space. These are teams that are visible and ones that are really excited to do something different is great. So I'm super excited. Of course, I'm joined by Liv as well. We'll get Jordana in here, I think, soon once she frees up. And it's just going to be a great conversation because we do have a lot to celebrate. But we also have a lot forward that we're excited about as well. But I'll give it back to you. I just wanted to make that mention.
Awesome. All right. So first, I just want to introduce for everybody who's not familiar with Treat DAO. Treat DAO, I believe, was launched in 2021 or early 2021. And it is served as a DAO for, the adult Web3 community. And it's really an awesome opportunity to have creators be able to actually be a part of the DAO. You can have a voice, you can have a say, you can be as involved as you want to be, right? So we don't really have like a centralized, authority or business sort of model where it's more, I feel like it gives us a lot more freedom. And so from that ecosystem, a lot of cool things have emerged, like an NFT marketplace that had like over 35,000 NFTs sold. It's currently under construction at the time. And we also have the
Let's go.
Thank you for that.
Very excited.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm done.
I don't know who did that. Did you do that?
It wasn't me.
Yeah, I'm done. Don't boot me. I'm done.
Sweet. So we also have Treat Gaming, which is like a full online, gambling, sports betting, casino thing. We've got the Treat Magazine, which we're going to be having some content coming out soon around Front Fans, a little bit deeper than just like, oh, here's an ad, but like really getting into it and making something worthwhile. So now that I've introduced Treat DAO a bit, also, hold on, one thing I forgot was the Treat token. There's also a Treat token which enables all of this cool shit to happen and for these things to take place. So so now let's talk about Front Fans. You want to give a quick intro to Front Fans for the Treat community?
I'd love to. Well, first of all, I just wanted to say you do an absolutely amazing job, Polyani. So in addition to that too, it's one of those things where I'm sharing on screen just kind of like a overview on Front Fanz. I just want to say how proud I am of, all of our holders thus far and all the ones to be. Even if you're not a holder, it's okay, because being able to get exposure to things in the industry that are truly looking to revolutionize this space for the positive is an amazing opportunity. So with that in mind, I also wanted to give a quick little shout out to Cryptocious. He actually DM'd me, didn't DM me, but he commented in our chat the other day that he actually found us through you guys, through the last space. So I just wanted to say, thank you, because that exposure really does make the difference. The more we get out there, the more eyes get on us. Before I get into kind of like the high level on Front Fanz, I wanted to say just the level of exposure we've had is just insane, from when you guys were supporting us even before we launched through now. Obviously, the chart's great, but more importantly than that, it's the fact that people are seeing us, and they're seeing us through organic trending. They're seeing us through amazing partnerships like we have with TreatDAO. They're seeing us through our product getting showcased by some of the best creators in this space that's only ramping up. These are all the things that really make us stand out. And if we're now looking at, what is Front Fanz as a platform? Well, first of all, we're proud to say it's a platform that's live. It's a platform that is live. And Polyani, I know you're on the platform. You shared your link earlier in chat. If you don't mind maybe dropping it again, maybe at the end for everyone to go in, please support Polyani. Does amazing work, and she's on the platform as well. We also have a ton of other creators. We also pressure tested our live stream, which works flawlessly. We had not one, two, but I think I counted like 6 or so creators on it. No, maybe even 10 on at the same time. And it worked flawlessly. People were able to tip. They were able to load up their accounts. They were able to set up both on the Web 2 side and also on the Web 3 side. It was a massive, massive success, but that's just the start. That was showing that it works. And now we're on to the next progression, which is how do we scale this to be the platform that everyone knows, whether they want to or not. It is that platform that everyone knows. So let me then talk about Front Fanz. So what we're looking at is an all-in-one solution for adult subscription content and more, but we're of course going to be focusing on the adult subscription content angle. So can be understood in this way. If you take the best of platforms such as Fansly, OnlyFans, you combine it with the UI elements of Twitch, Instagram, and others, and then you take a fully functional cam site, including Lovense integration, that pink toy that everybody knows that they see on cam sites. Polyani's like, yes, we have not only a partnership with them, but a full integration with them. So being able to have all of those elements combined into a system that's very low fee, industry leading, 80% goes to the creator without any chargeback worry, 20% goes back to the platform. Also 10% of net revenue goes back to buyback and burn FanX token. I have a little update to that. I'm not going to share too much, but I just wanted to say there is going to be a massive update come Monday for us that we've actually been working on over the weekend. That's going to be published and settled and everything ready to go. That is going to be very advantageous to folks that are buying right now and holding all the way through platform integration of FanX. So more to come, but I'm really happy we're able to kind of tease it a little bit here. But anyways, that in a nutshell is what Front Fanz is all about. It's a token that grants you access to discount tiers within the in the platform, up to 10% off everything you do, and also benefits from massive buyback and burns from the net revenue of the platform. Now, why you should care about that, if you haven't already seen on the Front Fanz website, which I think is beautiful, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see these buyback and burn charts, and they look beautiful. So you can see 2024 estimated at just under $500,000 in buyback and burn in FanX token. And what's great is these are like reasonable estimations of what is possible, given even just 50% the growth of OnlyFans as a comparison during the same ramp up period, right? So in their first year, what could we do if we were half as effective? I mean, that's what's great, is that not only can we be half of as effective, I think we can be much more effective because we have an entire team, and this is a perfect segue, a fully stacked team of industry, veterans, right? From the likes of Jordana Fox, who actually introduced me to Fanz with 20 plus years in the adult industry, right? Also has been in Web3 as long as I have, right? Liv Gem, who's on this call as well. I'm going to hand it over to her soon. 10 plus years in the adult industry, right? You have the founders, Callum Baxter, Stacy, not only veterans in the adult industry, Stacy herself, the CEO, is an ex-Playboy Playmate. You have Callum, who ran his own lads magazine back in the day called Front Magazine, hence the name. Of course, myself, I've done, everything from B2C to B2B when it comes to sales. I've worked for companies such as Samsung for 7+ years there, actually, and have been in the crypto space since 2021. You have the likes of Daniel O'Reilly, the third founder on the team, very well-known UK, comedian. You have our lead dev, Andrew, who has been doing amazing things and also is looking to do even more for holders come Monday, so stay tuned. And then we also have some great communication executives such as Hati and ambassadors, by the way, too, which we updated our page to kind of show some of the most active ambassadors we have with the likes of Amy, which, by the way, Amy Sky, you're absolutely amazing. Shout out to you. You're so active in chat. You're sharing your link on platform. People love you. So if you're not already subscribed to Amy Sky or any of the amazing creators on our platform, please give it a look. But I just wanted to give her a special shout out because she's so active in chat. So thank you. But anyways, we just wanted to be able to kind of showcase all of that, wrap it into something that's easily understood, and know that by holding FanX token, you're not only supporting a revolution in the adult space, but you're directly supporting creators. You're directly supporting being able to not have a situation where you as a creator are being held back from the money that you earned. And it's something that is very, very lucrative as a, as an invitation into the system, right? If you're a content creator and you're, starting out, or maybe you've been on the platform for a while on OnlyFans, let's say, or even Fanzy, whatever, and you're pretty successful, but then you get a chargeback. And that chargeback, it kills you. It's even maybe setting you back for like a couple months worth of rent even. It's really hindering you because the card payment processor is always going to take your side. With Fanz, it's not a concern. It's through the blockchain. And by the way, I'll share this as well. Let me bring it up here. Something that we're really proud of on platform as well is we have the ability to fiat on-ramp using our partner here, Alchemy Pay. So you can literally click on the Alchemy Pay widget. You can pay using Google Pay. You can pay using, Apple Pay. And that transaction, it's not going to show as Fanz. It's going to show as Alchemy Pay. And then once you're on the platform, you're fully loaded. You can purchase FanX tokens. You can subscribe. You can do all of that. And you don't even need to know what crypto is. So this is that answer solving the bridge between the Web 2 and the Web 3 side. So anyways, I talked a bunch. I wanted to pass it over to Liv really quick. I know you'll be, leading a lot of the conversation when it comes to, what this partnership means to us and especially what it means for, the creators and otherwise. But I'll pass it over to you, Liv.
That was awesome, Adam. Yeah, no, this partnership has been something that's a little bit of a passion project for me as well, too, just because Treat is a community that I participated in for a while. So it was like me floating around the adult Web3 space and then being collected by Fanz. And then when we were starting to get ready to ramp up for launch, I was like, Treat is like the community place too. And what is something that Polly, my mentor, who actually helped me when I first started in Web3, same with Tommy, who's also on this call, but they both said that community is everything. And I was like, how can we sit there and build a valuable partnership where we can sit there and showcase the best of both sides of both Treat and Fanz and marry them together, because that is what we're trying to do in the adult Web3 space. We're not trying to be one monopoly, one conglomerate, we're trying to sit there and show up and provide utility not only to users, to investors, but to creators, to add another way for them to monetize to their belts. So a couple of the things that we'll be doing just to get started, aside from these amazing AMAs together, is we're also going to be working on onboarding them into both sides of the community. I want to see Treat creators over at Fanz. We want to see Fanz creators over on Treat. We want to sit there and we want to help get people extra income, especially our creators, because that is what learning the Web3 space is about. We want to help get them published in the Treat magazine that most of the Treat community loves. Like I love getting published in Treat. It's one of the few magazines that I keep in copy that, you know what I mean? Like I have a physical copy of their magazine. So it's just, we want these things to be available to everybody, because that is something that you get normally in the Web 2, and not even all the time in the Web 2, but that you can get in the Web 2 space. And we want to be able to provide those opportunities to our creators, because that is what sets us apart from the competition. It's not about being the best. It's about how we love and how we grow as a community. And I think that that's the best part of the marriage of our partnership, and it will just continue to grow and get bigger. And we're just starting to ramp up. I know that we have some calls next week to start ramping up and getting ready for, you know, Christmas is coming. And as I keep teasing, Fan Xmas. But yeah, so we'll see how that all goes. And yeah, I'll pass it back over to Polly, because she's just making me smile right now. I see you on camera.
It's contagious. It is. No, it is. It is.
Awesome. Thank you. It was awesome hearing everything you both had to say. And I feel like since I'm on video, it's so much more fun. I so prefer this over audio calls, to be honest.
Same.
And so while you all were talking, I had to gather some things for my room, because I have a lot of relevant things to actually show and tell about this. So we're going to start with the Lovance integration, because that is so effing rad. Because Lovance, it has some really cool toys with some really cool features. And back in 2020, when I got my first Lovance toy, the Lush 2, I did this thing, like it has the ability to respond to the sounds in the room. So I discovered that since I'm a musician, I could play music and it would respond to what I was playing. And it was actually very intuitive. It wasn't basic. It wasn't just like ramp, ramp. It would vibrate in different spaces. You know what I mean? At different parts of the toy. It was actually very, very cool. Cooler than I even thought originally it would be. So I went on this whole campaign of trying to make myself orgasm by playing my own music, right? Like I was trying to make the
That's
song.
wild. I love it.
Do it for me, right? I never got there. But now that you guys have this integration, this is something I'm going to pick back up on and start exploring again, because it's a goal of mine. And I even made a piece of art because I loved it. So
oh my God, I love it
so much. I made it's like adhesive vinyl on sheet metal. So
that's so cool.
yeah, I made this whole series of art around their particular brand, because I loved their products so much. So I'm really happy about the Lovance integration and the live streaming, because I gave up on live streaming in 2021, I think, is when I really kind of like pulled back from it, because my best option was Chatterbait, and it wasn't really the audience that I was looking for. And so I had some great times on there, but it wasn't really what I needed. People wanted not so much of an artistic show. They more wanted people were there for a specific reason. So I was really happy. I've been without a home for live streaming for 3 years now. So I'm really excited to get back into it and to use these toys that I invested really into having and to being able to have those integrations. So really good job, guys, on getting that and having that, you know what I mean, really at the go, like you guys were like locked and loaded there. You were ready with that. And that I think is great. It's not even something like, oh, it's on the roadmap. Like maybe it'll happen in a couple of years. It was like, no, it's ready.
It's already done. And just to add to that too, because I love that you mentioned that, like what we talked about in our first AMA when we didn't even launch yet is we're not afraid to have a working platform, and we're excited to have that working platform before anything happens. And that's exactly what we had, right? We had a working platform. We already had tested Lovance integration with the tip menu, works flawlessly. And then the real test was, okay, on Monday, can we turn it on and will it work when we go live? And the answer is like, yeah, it does. It works. So now it's really the question of like, okay, now that we have a home for this, now that we have a place for, the likes of yourself, exactly what you said, being able to kind of have a place that, you're taken care of, that payments also aren't going to get stopped by payment providers or otherwise, it's all on the blockchain. And then also being able to kind of feel like it's a platform that's created by creators that care about creators and want everyone to win. Like that's a powerful place to be. So I just wanted to say, like, obviously it's not done. It's not enough to just say like, hey, we completed it. Awesome. That's it. We'll see you next year. Let's see how it scales, lock the chat or whatever. And we'll see you guys later. There's a lot that needs to be done. Right. So I just wanted to say for all those listeners that, maybe catching this right now, we're listening to you. The dev is listening to you. The founders are listening to you. And it's something that you're going to be very, very happy with come Monday. There's also some more integrations and partnerships we're working on as well. I don't want to spoil too many until it's fully settled, but let's just say you're going to have the ability to not only have Lovin's integration, but if you wanted to go into a VR experience as a guy, let's say, and have something that's pleasurable there, we're also working on an agreement there, which would be really cool. OX, I think you jumped on video too. Nice to see you, man. So I'll pass it back to Liv. If you maybe just want to speak about, I know you've been working alongside Jordana, and maybe it'd be better a question for Jordana, but people are kind of wondering, like, what does adult traffic even mean? Like, what's that next thing we're turning on that's really going to help with exposure, if you don't mind?
Yeah, I'm just seeing. I was like, did Jordana jump off? She might have stepped out for a sec, but that's okay because I've been on those meetings too. So essentially, we are trying to get people to upload all of their content on the platform, and we want you, once your content is uploaded, like, let us know, like, send us a couple of cute clips, like TikTok style clips. We're trying to turn on that adult traffic. We're trying to sit there and have your ads displayed in the Web 2 space with your links to your front fans accounts so that we can sit there and bring the eyes to the project. That is what we mean by turning on the adult traffic. We're going to be sitting there and hitting those prime market areas where, the Web 2 people are normally hitting. We're going to sit there and showcase our beautiful creators, our ambassadors, everybody else, and we're going to sit there and bring people in. This is something that's going to happen throughout the project. And I think that it's really exciting because then for me, it kind of really opens up what I do, which is onboarding. And I know that Polly was like, how do you sign up? How do you become a creator? I'm kind of your go-to person. We'll make sure that we have a nice help center. We have it all put together for you, because if there's something that I learned from back in the days, that video walkthroughs and screenshots of platforms and teaching people how to get on the platform to show their fans is the best way to do it. We are all very visual in this space. So on top of having not only that traffic support, we're going to have that onboarding support, and we're going to be able to teach you guys so that everybody can go out, show their audiences on the user side. Oh, bro, I found this cool website. On the creator side, oh, hey, I found this cool new website. How do I sit there and bring on my friend? Don't worry. We have facts, we have walkthroughs, and you have me in the DMs. And you know what I mean? Reach out first. We'll do everything that we can to help you get set up, get your inquiry sorted. But we also have a help desk set up so that if there is any questions, you can simply just create a ticket. Or, I don't know if Adam mentioned this. No, he did mention this in the last AMA. He said that the help center is actually interactive. You can comment on help center articles that you need help on. So that way, if your question is something that needs to be asked, I'm sure 5, 6, 7 other people have that same question too.
They always do.
But we can answer you in the thread. So it's kind of taking the best of all of the things and tying it into one. And that's kind of been my little bit of a baby and my passion project while we've been with Front Fans. So I love working with the creators. The creators have always been my space, but being able to help you guys and keep paying it forward, that's what we're trying to be able to do. And that's how we're sitting there and even onboarding and bringing on more. I'm going to pass it back out. I'm going to start telling them all our secrets.
No. I mean, it's fine. It doesn't, we're so far ahead. It's cool either way. But like, and again, here's something that I want people to know too. It's like any startup, right? If you're very confident in your product, if you have the right team to execute, and you also have a strong path forward, you don't focus on anything else. You don't focus on anything else in the market because you've already done your research, right? You've already done your research and you're focused on what you're doing. And you'll see like our chat, super positive. People are driven. We're answering questions. We have a path forward, but we also are realistic. We're not promising, hey guys, this is going to be $1 billion market cap by next week. It's like, come on, right? Like, this is a business. We need to scale it. But also, we're very, very cognizant of the fact that everyone listening right now, you have not seen the platform be this $1 billion revenue generating machine. It will be, but it's not there yet. So in the meantime, you have to respect the investors in the standpoint of, we're doing all we can for the ETH side, right? We're doing all we can for the investors right now that are buying on Uniswap, right? So with that in mind, again, I'm going to tease it again, but I just want this to really settle in on Monday when it's officially published, when it's in the white paper and everything. Know that the platform success is going to be directly tied in to these early holders, specifically these early holders on Ethereum. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to give away anything else. We're a team that likes to prove versus just promise. But I'm really excited to be able to mention that. So anyways, I'd love to turn it back to you, Polyani, because we're getting all excited. It's a great Saturday. But you know what I'd love to hear? And this is for our community too. Can you talk about the reach of your magazine? I want to know, like, what impact does that magazine have? Because when I flipped through it, I was like, this is better than some of the magazines that I would see in the store from massive companies. So no, I mean that too. Like, so what has been the reception of that? And what is kind of the goal of that magazine? I'd love for people to understand, because that's part of the partnership too, understanding that.
Absolutely. If Rob is available to speak, he has been the main mastermind really behind the magazine. So if Rob is able to speak, I would love for Rob to take this one.
Yeah. Hi, Polly. Hi, Adam. Hi, Liv.
Hey, how's it going, Rob?
Hey.
It's going. It's 1 a.m. here in the Philippines, and it's Saturday night, and I should be drunk somewhere, but I am staying sober for this AMA. So so I will be drinking after this, though, guys. Just saying. So yeah, the magazine. We actually started the magazine way back now. Back in, I guess, the end of 2019, early 2020. And the idea initially was that it was to be a showcase for the best creators, the best creators, and people who are basically influencers, and people who were going to be able to talk to community, be able to talk to the Web3 space. And I came in off the back of a 20-year career in photography. And that career took me all around the world, working for Super KAO in Japan, and there's a whole story around that. Working in China, working in Thailand, working in the UK, working in the US, working for MET Art and all sorts of Web 2.0 sites and platforms. And, you know, I got used to how magazines worked. And so when Treat said, hey, can you do a magazine? I was like, yeah, I can do a magazine, not knowing what I was really letting myself in for. And then they said, okay, well, you're now the editor-in-chief. And I was like, oh, what? What now? What? And they were like, yeah. And you're going to write the magazine. You're going to do photography for the magazine. You're going to art direct it. And I was like, oh, okay. So the first magazine was kind of slimline. And it was fun. We had Ona in it, who's a really great creator and really active on Twitter and Instagram, everywhere else. And she brought a lot of great energy to it, and some wonderful NFTs that went up on Treat and also went up on OpenSea. And yeah, we thought, yeah, this is fun. And then it slowly began to change, because then the remit became, hey, let's compete with Playboy, let's compete with Hustler, let's compete with what's out there in the adult space, but make it purely Web3, make it really focused on NFTs, Web3, AI, emerging trends in crypto, the crypto news. And I thought, yeah, that's a great idea. Make it kind of a sexy coin desk. So that's the next iteration. That's where it went for the next like 6 months. And then suddenly we had real interest from big figures in the adult industry, including Stormy Daniels. And when that happened, we were like, whoa, wait a minute, what's happening here? Stormy Daniels, are you kidding? You know, I mean, this is in the midst of her case in New York with Trump. So, I mean, she was like literally the most famous adult star in the world at that point. And we were like, hell yeah. So, you know, we interviewed her, which was awesome. She agreed to do us an hour-long video as well for us, which was just incredible. Then after that, we had Brittany Andrews, who's another legend in the industry. and she brought so much to it because she's also investing heavily in crypto. So again, the focus began to shift. Again, it shifted after Owner into more of this Web3 space, and then it shifted after Stormy and Brittany into more of a very mainstream space. So I started writing with that in mind, to try and create something which would appeal to the broadest audience possible, to appeal beyond just Web3 and, you know, the so-called adult traffic, and move way beyond that into some serious issues, talking about things like FTX and you know, what was happening in the crypto industry.
Dude,
and
guys, what's going on?
That was really where it went to after that. And now the mission for the magazine really is what we're kind of talking about with Fanz, which is to create a safe space for creators, but also to create an exciting space for other projects and for other people within the crypto, Web3, NFT market who've experienced 2 years now of a bear market. We've experienced 2 years of everything going slow, of people saying, "Oh my God, why don't you just give up?" And you know, and I think it's awesome that Fanz isn't just bucking the trend, but it's going full bull. You know, at the end of a bear market, which is the awesome way to grow, the awesome way to do things properly, to really build your way out. And that's kind of where we are with Treat as well. We want to build our way out. We've had some setbacks during this bear market. We've had some disappointments. And we also think that the only way is to you know, go for gold, is to grow, get stronger. So really the magazine now is a fulcrum for projects, for creators, and actually a bridge between events, shows, conventions, you know, something physical that Polly, if she's being an ambassador for us at a convention, can show to people, and they can say, "Wow, look, this magazine is awesome. We want to be in it. We want to be a contributor. We want to be a creator. We want to be on the cover. We want to be on the back cover. We want our links in there. We want our link tree. We want people to know that we exist, because it's that very tangible, very physical connection with Web3. Web3, and especially obviously virtual reality, things like metaverses, are not tangible. The magazine is tangible, and it represents all of that. It's a way for you to pick it up and look at a tangible version of Web3, NFTs, and of crypto, and especially of things that are happening, exciting things happening in projects all around the world.
Well, I absolutely love that. And just real quick, I think Ragnar, your mic is on. Oh man.
Thank you. I was trying to figure out who had their mic on and mute people accordingly, and I couldn't figure it out. So if your mic on and you're not, please turn your mic off if you're not speaking.
There we go. We got it.
You're welcome to join us, but let's be mindful.
It happens all the time. It's part of the fun.
And make sure that you enjoy the breakfast sandwich, because I feel it.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds great. I'll take one too, please. 3, 4. I don't know. We can all share them. But I just wanted to comment on what Rob was saying, right? So, there's a ripple effect with these things too, right? When you have like a team that's actually doing something in this space, your marketing, your output as a team has a ripple effect, right? So correct me if I'm wrong, right, Rob and Polly, like when you guys had that interview, you know, with Stormy Daniel and otherwise, it's not necessarily day one that you see a lot of the exposure, but it's like the days after, the week after, people are like, "Hey, I found the interview on this. I can't believe you guys interviewed them." Like it's one of those things. So it's like, you know, knowing that, being able to also have exposure like this, it creates a network effect where people start finding us through the grapevine. "Oh, I heard you guys do, you know, a partnership AMA with TreatDAO," or "I found you guys through the Twitter algorithm and I saw that you guys had a partnership. I love that. I actually have their magazine," or "I was interested in their magazine." It's so cool. And that's why high quality partnerships are everything. I'm someone that I love AMAs. I love doing this, but when we can get high quality partnerships, it's next level. But Liv, I think you wanted to comment on that too. Was that you, Liv?
I'm like, which part of that? Because my brain right now is braining.
Actually, I was going to say something, if Liv will forgive me for a second, because what you said, Adam, is totally true. There's ripple effect, because I've had investors, you know, as far away as Dubai, coming back and quoting to me stuff from the magazine and saying, "We read this in your magazine," which is, you know, it's just a great feeling when people react to it that way. these are serious investors out of Dubai who are setting up literally $1 billion XR studio. And for those who don't know, XR studios are the volume, which is used in The Mandalorian and Star Wars and
That's
Marvel.
Cool.
Yeah, and they're set up one of those studios, strange enough, for content creators to create content on their platform. And it's literally like, it's like, you know, it's a gold bar solution. But then again, that's Dubai, so they can afford it. And they're coming back to me and saying, hey, we read some stuff that you wrote about the metaverse, and we read some stuff about Stormy Daniels in your magazine, and we want to talk to you about all this. And, you know, would you be interested in helping us with finding people for this XR studio? And I was like, whoa. So, and
yes.
just the other day, I had an investor from HSBC in London. The same thing came to me and said, hey, we read about your NFT collection and some stuff that you were doing in the Treat magazine. Is that something to do with you? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. So it has that ripple effect. And the connections you make in the real world can make a huge difference to everything we're doing as teams in Web3.
And having that crossover, right? Because I know, you know, shout out to Liv. She introduced the Front Fanz team to everything you guys are doing. And it just was fireworks after that. We're like, how do we get the ball rolling? You know, how can we do a partnership, you know, before launch even, but then now even after launch and continue this. So Liv, if you don't mind, because you probably know it better than I, when it comes to how is Front Fanz going to be positioned with TreatDAO in things like the magazine or otherwise, just to let people at home know kind of what that looks like, because this is part of our Web 2 exposure, but it's also part of our Web 3 exposure. And then what I'd love to go into after, because again, I want to like sort of lace in as much, you know, for investors right now as possible. And I did want to speak about some of the upcoming marketing as well. But before I do, I just wanted to make sure we touch on this topic. So if you don't mind, Liv, if you could.
Yeah, I really wanted to. And it was like I was saying earlier, it's bringing the creators the utility that they can sit there and monetize their content, not in just one place, but in multiple places. So that means that in a lot of communities, especially in the Web3 space, it's super competitive. And you'll find that people are like, you may not post the link so that this person can get published in this magazine for a competitor. And that's so bearish at this point, guys. Like at this point, I was like, okay, again, going back to the beginning, taking advice from mentors and how to pay it forward and how to keep sitting there and pay it forward. I was like, we're going to sit there and do a cross collaboration. We're going to basically, our projects are going to get hitched is basically how my brain sat there and put it together. So all of the opportunities that are available for Treat creators, we're going to open up those opportunities for our creators, our community. When the Treat magazine comes out, that's going to be in our Telegram too. When there's any sort of future collaboration, anything that happens, because we're just at the tip of the iceberg, but the stuff that Treat does that we don't do, and the way that we can marry the two projects together, it gives me tingles, because I'm like, okay, so like we're in the first stretch. Wait till we get to the second stretch where we really start to get into both of the projects. And that's where things get really, really beautiful, because again, we have the opportunity to bring them together. And Treat has been very, very great with creators. I know that that's part of why I brought them over to the Front Fanz side, was because I was like, okay, like I'm kind of volunteering in and out, but I'm putting in a lot of work at Front Fanz. And I'm like, I need to have them together. So that's kind of where I sat there and I took what I was thinking, like we could sit there. I'm like, okay, wait, they have Treat magazine. Treat magazine is huge. Like it's really, really big. Let's get that. And I was like, I know that Polly's starting up her little news channel. It's not even little because it's Pollyanny One, and she's spoken at some of the craziest spaces and the best expos in the United States. I'm like, so let's sit there and show up. Like, let's be a part of that. I was like, we have the opportunity to do AMAs, have back and forth AMAs. We've had Twitter spaces. You see us here in their Telegram. Maybe next time we host them in our Telegram. Again, it's the marrying of the communities together is really where I was like, we can sit there and bring utility not only to the users of both sides, the creators of both sides, which is really what Web3 is about. When I came into Web3, it was still very much that WAGMI movement. And I still think that we're all going to make it. You know what I mean? It's just we have to do it together.
Exactly. The path forward is one that's paved with partnership. Yep. We got to do it together. We have to do it together. And that also extends to our holders, right? And, you know, on the Front Fanz side, I'm really happy to say, you know, you don't get to the highs of like 5 million market cap on accident, right? You have to be very strategic. You have to really, really know what you're doing. And, I partnered up with a good friend of mine who helped us, all the way through launch. And by the way, is continuing to help us. And what we needed was to have a clear and concise message explaining value, deep value for the Ethereum side holders. And now that we've, really, really like solidified that and listened to feedback and everything, what you're seeing right now are people collecting, buying as the price is low, of course, and they're interested in what's going to happen next. So we're going to show you what's happening next come Monday, and expect a really nice marketing push there to coincide with it. What's going to be in that? Well, being able to have, yes, we listened, Twitter, because we own TG. Like when it comes to visibility, we were everywhere this entire week. You can't say that you didn't see us on TG. It's impossible. But where we really want to make our splash is Twitter. So being able to have, really solid Twitter influencers, not just talking about us, but speaking about the key things that we're driving. Hey, they're adding in more utility for the ETH holders. This is going to be something exclusive for those, early adopters. Here's why you might be interested in that. And with that also, we want to make sure that we're, also refreshing our Telegram exposure as well, because we absolutely killed it with that. So being able to have, increased visibility on Telegram as well through call channels and otherwise. And then something that we've been doing consistently is ETH trending in different places, right? So we've been trending on CMC. We've been trending on, as soon as this morning, even CMC, we've been trending on DEX tools. We've been trending all over. We haven't paid for any of it, right? So being able to see that, like, it's been such a powerful way for us to get out there and people are finding us. Now it's time to give back. It's time to show you guys why you're the most important part of what we're doing here, why you guys should be valued as holders. And we're going to continue to impress. And we've already had a great track record of doing that, but we're not done. We can't be done, right? This is a $1 billion industry that we're looking to really bring value to. So I'll pass it back to you, Paulie. I think we covered quite a bit, but I just kind of wanted to end just at least on that part for those holders that listened to the very end, because you guys have been so supportive around the clock. It's been everything because of you guys. So, and of course the partnerships that make this reach even further and also have kickstarted this. Like I said, one of our early supporters, he literally told us yesterday in chat, he's like, I found you guys through TweetDAO. If you guys didn't have that partnership, I would have never seen this. And I might find this like 6 months down the road, maybe. So it's just cool to be able to have that, but I'll pass it back to you, Paulie and Rob. Can you guys still hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure I wasn't having network issues. Sometimes that happens.
No, I think Polly didn't hear it, or she's not quite
She
not
may
quite
be
back into
frozen
conversation.
she's
Yeah, she might have lost her connection.
I
better pick up for Polly in that case and just talk quickly about the Christmas edition, because
Yes,
that has a
please.
big impact. Yeah, so while Polly's reconnecting, or maybe her toy heard too much noise and blew up or something.
That could be understandable.
It could, yeah, that's very understandable. It's quite unfortunate, but understandable. But yeah, so the Christmas edition is coming. I'm literally starting on it now. And I go through a whole process with the magazine. I'm sure Callum would like to hear about that because of his work on Font, which is awesome, because I used to read Font when I was in the UK. So
That's amazing.
I feel a real connection there. But yeah, I start with a process of research. And as I'm doing research, I'm going to be talking to Liv, and I'm going to be talking to you guys and gathering in all the information I possibly can from your side, so we can make this not just the best Christmas edition we've put out in the last 2.5 years, but also make it that it's something that's going to be a real launch pad for what I feel is almost like a new beginning for Treat, as well as this new start with the launch of Fanz, because it is a way of showing the rest of the world, especially crypto and Web3 world, a real positive future where we can bridge Web2 in real life, publishing, Web3, metaverse. There can be a bridge. There can be a way of going across all those different sectors and markets and doing it really well. And so I think the Christmas edition is going to prove that. And it's going to be a bumper edition because I know that Shelby, I think she's listening. She's going to be providing some really nice creator content. She's got a whole bunch of excited creators who want to put some photos in, who want to put some art in. And we're encouraging people with this issue as well to do AI art, to do painted art, to do writing, lyricism, to create other kinds of content so we can really ring the bells in for Christmas and have a great Thanksgiving as well. So I'm excited about it. I can't wait to work with the Fanz editorial team with my editorial hat on. I also can't wait to work with your influencers and key creators and do those interviews. And there's loads of exciting stuff that'll be in this magazine that hasn't been in any of the old magazines at all. This is a whole new, fresh feel, a look. It's going to be a bumper edition, as I say. I imagine it'll be over 100 pages, and that's fine, because that's what you'd expect with a off-the-shelf magazine. And that's definitely where I think we're headed in the next year. I think we're going towards, higher quality, more utility, a lot more special offers and promos and things you're going to get by reading a magazine. And, we want everyone to be a part of it, if they can be. And so that's the end of my spiel. That's what Christmas is going to be. It's going to be ring the bells in for everybody in a sexy kind of way.
Yes, and in inclusivity, inclusivity, including all kinds of different art from all levels of creators. You could be somebody just starting out and still have a chance to be on the cover of a magazine, as well as somebody who is, an industry idol, and I think that's super important as well. Sorry, I lost connection there for a little while, and I had so many things I wanted to add.
Well, I know Rob was just mentioning just the importance of that, the new issue, right? Being able to have this December issue really be something that is kind of putting, obviously, your guys' stamp on making this issue the best possible, but also we're able to put ours a little bit on there too and say, this isn't just something we're doing AMAs for and cross mingling our communities. It's something that we're getting out to the world, and that's really powerful.
And these magazines are timeless, and they're also like a snapshot of what's current and what's going on in the world. So that in their own way, they act as sort of a documentation of the space at this time. And I think what this partnership is doing is something that's really important to me, and something that Liv touched on is like moving away from competition, like that whole energy of competition and only one adult coin and we'll squash any other ones. Like that's dead. And we need to move past that, because it's important for us to ensure that we're solving the problems of Web 2 and Web 3, and that we're moving past these limited, it's like, I'm Pollyanny. And so even like the very essence of my being is that there is not one to rule them all. Every different project has something special to offer and a special place in the development and the evolution of this industry. And it's really important. And I'm so proud of all of us for setting that example. And I hope that this is the example that we can continue to set, is that we are collaborative rather than competitive. And through our collaborations, we can all achieve more. We can all earn more. We can achieve more. We can learn more. We can really solve the problems. But we have to do it together. And I never, ever want to see again the energy of like, you can't share that link. You can't be, that's so fucking dead.
No, it is. And it's really against like true decentralization when you think about it. Like decentralization should be freedom, putting your best foot forward and having the best product you have, but building your community, right? And that's something that I've been so happy about is no matter what, we've focused 100% of our time, effort, from the developer side to the team side to AMAs on our community. We make it the best possible because the product's already there. It's already showcased. It's already, something that people are uploading content to. We're getting fresh content every single day. So being able to focus on what matters most, your community versus, this, it is kind of a weird energy, huh? Like focusing in on, on competition or hyper fixating. It's very odd and it's very weak, and it's being done from a sense of, feeling that your project is not enough, or that you, even as an individual, hopefully not, I hope not, but you as an individual are not enough, right? And it's just like, it's unfortunate, but we can't control it. So instead, all that we can do is be the best we can in our product. We can, give our thanks to our community and show the proof of that, which is coming Monday, which is really exciting. And then from that also, you build more connections. You're able to, partner yourself with other like-minded projects. You're also, by the way, able to bridge that gap from Web3 to Web2, because creators want to create on a platform where they feel welcome, where they feel like they're not going to be taken advantage of, where they also have a good vibe about the place. And if you sully that, you're never going to pick up traction, So that's why I'm just so fortunate to be able to be part of this team where that's already the vibe, right? I came in, Jordana, Liv, everyone else on the team. It was a vibe of let's take care of creators because we understand the issues that they feel, and let's make sure that we're making the best possible platform for that, and let's get in everyone we can to share in that vision because we're going to make it a reality. And that's exactly the energy. So
right, and shouldn't it be us and people like
yes.
us with these intentions rather than just people who want to piggyback off of the work of adult creators, which is most
the industry. Yeah, no, that is
exactly.
That is most the industry.
Like, here, make the content, and then we're all gonna pirate it and make a lot of profit and fuck you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But, no, actually caring about the creators and caring about their livelihood and their ability to earn an income and have their work published and have their work protected and have their work respected.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have about 10 minutes left of this. And so now is the time where we're going to invite others up to ask questions. If nobody has any questions, I know that there were some put in the Front Fans channel earlier in the day, so we could maybe bring those up. But if anybody has a question, feel free to jump up and ask you, whether video or just audio. Feel comfortable.
Hey, Polly. Hey, Adam. How are you? How are you doing?
Doing good.
Well, I have a quick question regarding the token itself, FanX. So, how this token will be used on the platform? So, will it ever be used, or like it's just like that the creators will earn like in fiat or in crypto, and obviously the platform will burn like the token. So, like how the token will help the platform?
That's a great question. So it's really as simple as this. By holding FanX token, right, you're getting access to discount tiers. Now, to be very clear, that's going to be on our operational chain, which is Polygon. So that's why right now there's been such a good buying opportunity, right? From 5 mil market cap down to settling in at what we thought was the floor at 1.3. And now it's a floor at 2 because people are like, oh my gosh, like the team's still here. It's a weekend. What do you mean? They're not going to sleep? They're still here. They're building. Yeah. So like the surge came back. But what we need to do is be able to show profound value and appreciation again for the ETH holders. So to put it very plain and simple, no sugarcoating, we want to make sure to add value for the ETH holders because the operational chain is Polygon. You're going to be able to, deposit on Polygon, and you're going to be able to do everything there because the fees are nominal, right? You don't want to be a new Web2 user and feel like you're in a system where you have to pay $5-10 to ramp in to load up $20 worth of tips. Doesn't make sense, right? So, and Polyani's like, yeah, like what, right? But you see some of these platforms that are doing that, and it's like they don't get it. They don't get it, which is okay. It's fine. But we do, and we want to make sure that now that we have the exposure, we've had the raise we need, we have eyes everywhere. Well, now it's time to actually make the platform something that is an extremely formidable force, and something that creators already are starting to use, but that they really want to use. So in that sense, you're going to be able to use FanX on Polygon on platform. Right now on ETH, this is something, and this is something that's going to be dropping Monday, but even before that, some people are realizing they're going to be able to, of course, go one-to-one over to Polygon, right? But in addition, it would be nice if the project gives you an extra little incentive because you guys were the driving force. And when I say you, I mean everyone in Treats that came over and gave us a chance, everyone in our core community, everyone that found us through trending, you gave us a chance and you were supporting us on ETH. So with that, we want to make sure we're giving you an incentive and saying, thank you. in addition to the tokens you're obviously getting over on Polygon. So that's what's planned, and hopefully that kind of adds a little answer for what you asked.
Thank you so much for the pretty clear answer related to this question. One more question that is not about the token, that is about the platform itself.
Mm-hmm.
So as I see that there are many creators who are like joining the platform. Like, what are the like basically criteria if anyone like who want to join the platform? So is like he need to like submit some kind of applications with the platform, or like how it'll happen?
Yeah,
I
there
will
is.
take care of this
Liv,
for you.
please. Thank you. That's right in your alley. Yeah.
So there is no more wait list. Like, there's the wait list that we're going through. We're reaching out to people who reached out pre-launch. However, since we went live on November 15th, we are also accepting people to be able to sign up. Now, if you are having trouble signing up, I'm just going to give me 2 seconds, because I'm multitasking on the one screen here, and la la la, hear my fun little song that I hum. I'm going to post the help center, and it tells you how to first become a user, because before you can become a creator, you have to become a user. And then basically after you sign up to our platform, if you decide that you do want to become a creator, we ask 3 things to submit your request to become a creator. First, what you're going to do is you're going to upload a profile picture. Then you're going to add a banner. And then after that, you're just going to add a bio. Super duper simple. Actually, Adam, you want to hop over to my profile page and we'll just show them?
I'll do that right now.
And then essentially what happens from there, and I'm just pulling this link for you. Once those 3 requirements are met, as you can see on Adam's page, there's that little button there that says become a creator. And it will show after you click it off that those 3 things, because it says complete your profile, have been checked off. You simply click submit a request, and then you're going to receive an email that is going to ask you to KYC. Now, what is KYC? Well, to create content on Fanz, you do have to be 18 or older, and it does have to be legal in your jurisdiction. So as long as you sit there and upload your required documents that we will email to you, we'll sit there and say, hey, we need this from you. Please upload this and send it back to us. We will then turn on your account, and then you're free to start making money on our platform. Easy as that. Let me grab that link for you and throw it in the chat.
Thank you, Liv. Great question, by the way.
Yeah, that's definitely something I wanted to cover in this AMA was what is the process for users?
Yeah.
What's the process for creators? Because I know a lot of my people are used to me pushing, my crypto sites, but, not being Web3 or crypto people. But I'm like, no, this one is different.
Way easier.
Like either or. So that it's really great. And thank you, Liv, for the work that you're doing, making, the educational materials and things like that, because it is helpful and it is very needed, as it can be intimidating for new people. But if we can kind of hold their hand through the process and make that easier, then that's a beautiful thing. Are there any?
Yeah, I've got a question. Hi, my name's Zish. Good to be here. Thank you, Pollyann. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Adam. Great to be here. What exchanges? Yeah, great to be here. Great AMA. Thanks for your AMA today. What kind of exchanges are you thinking about going on? Not the tier ones. Have you got any plans for after your Matic transition? What exchanges are you thinking about going on to?
Oh man, so I'm happy you asked this, but at the same time, now everyone's going to have the alpha. So I mentioned in the chat that we're not really interested in the small to medium ones. I'm not going to name or disparage any of them that are smaller, but we're interested in the pretty significantly large ones. Now, our dev team, they have a conversation open with the likes of Coinbase and others. That is not alpha in the sense that we're getting on Coinbase or anything like that, but it's saying they know who to talk to there, and they've had past conversations with them just to kind of queue things up just in case. We're talking at around that level, right? So it's not going to be an exchange that is, oh man, I can't access it in the US or I can't access it here. It's going to be something that is very, very well known and something that would actually have a splash. So hopefully that answers, a little bit. And as far as time frame, it would be, months from now. So we're looking into next year to really make a splash, because here's what also is great. Our volume is going to be insane by then, like absolutely nuts. We're going to have all the Web 2 traffic kicking into high gear. So that means people that don't even know that this is a crypto buying it to get the discount, right? Come next year. And then we're in such a position of strength to negotiate the best possible terms for some of the biggest exchanges out there. So it's really a matter of positioning. It's a matter of strategy and making sure that we're doing the best for investors, the best for the product, and the best for, those people that will find us in the future as well. So hopefully that answers a little bit. And I did see, I think you popped in today. So welcome. I think you might be a little bit newer to us. So thanks for finding us.
Yeah. Cheers, Adam. Yeah, no, it's great. Yeah, thank you, folks. It's just been a blessing to find you guys and keep doing the great work that you're doing. We appreciate you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
All right. Are there any other questions? Last call for questions. Speak now. Okay. Well, I guess in that case, we can go ahead and, we've got Monkey. Monkey is a beloved member of the Treat community, an OG, if you would, has been here really for a very long time in the history of Treat. And so it's very nice. It's actually the first time I saw his face today ever. So you guys are as surprised as me. It's just, it's so neat, these online communities, when you finally get to see people's faces and you're like, oh, wow, I assumed what you look like. I don't know if you guys do that, but I do that.
I do that. I always do that. I'm like, maybe
what I think people will look like.
Always different. It's always different.
I'm like, oh, I was either so wrong or so right.
No, I completely agree. I feel like actually one of the cooler things, because especially in the adult space, even when I met Polly, because I haven't met Adam yet in person, but when I met Polly in person, it was just like, you're exactly who you were.
Yeah.
Polly.
Same energy, just now.
Exactly. In 3D, not in the metaverse, but in like, here's a hug. Like, let's just hug.
I know. Liv and I have actually had the pleasure of meeting each other in person, which is great. And I'm hoping that there'll be more opportunities for us all to, in real life, especially in the creator community, to be able to get together in real life and create content together in the future. But all of these things, which could happen also through Treat DAO, so if you have ideas, make a proposal, join the community, invest in the token. So yeah, do your thing. We've got the Fanz token, we've got Treat token, we've got the platform. Follow and for the community members, what you can do to help secure your investment is give the creators something to talk about.
Yeah.
Everybody puts so much pressure on the team. When marketing, what marketing, when marketing. And it's like, but you can do your part in giving the creators really something to hype about naturally and authentically. I had my first subscriber today on Fanz. And that is going to give me something to talk about. So every time you subscribe to a creator, you follow them, you like all their posts, that gives that creator something to talk about authentically, and they will talk. They will talk publicly and loudly. So do your part, as a community member, and give the creators and the people who are trying to push this something to talk about.
Yeah. Wow. What a great place to end, because it is just a network effect. I've experienced that many times in the Web3 space, and I know, people share good, people share bad. But when they really see that you're there for more than just launch +1, but launch +5 and launch plus week, 2 week, 3 week, month, they're like, oh, the credibility is going up. The credibility is going up. It's going up. It's going up. And then when they see you partnering with people that are like-minded, they're like, oh, I want to check them out too, because I like that they're connected with these guys, right? So it's just so cool. It's so exciting. We're really looking forward to the future. And again, just for those that listened all the way through or maybe needed the reminder, I know today's Saturday, spend some time with family, enjoy the time, right? That being said, I just want to make sure that everyone understands, we want to provide value. This is a very, creator-focused platform, yes, but we also realize to make that work, to make it scale, we need to take care of our holders. And we do have you in mind. And we're going to be doing some absolutely amazing things coming up. So stay tuned. And Polly, Rob, thank you so much for having us again. We need to do more. We need to do more of these. We're going to have you next time on ours, please. And we'll do some more from there. But thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. And please check out the most recent edition of the Treat Halloween magazine. I've got in my possession some of the physical versions of past magazines. And they are absolutely gorgeous. So if you're a creator and you're interested in submitting content for the magazine, the open call for submissions is now open. You can find that information, in all of the channels. So go support the Fanz token, support the front friends and the creators and the team. Support yourselves by showing up and doing what you can do. It's as simple as just going through a creator's page and getting on the socials and liking and engaging. So if everybody does their part, then we all win. So thank you so much.
No, thank you. And that's the best system, is where the creators win, the project wins, which pushes them forward and makes them want to continue to work, and the investors win. And that is the system we're creating here. So appreciate y'all. Thank you.
All right. Well, until next time.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you for a great event. And I'm looking forward to having one around Christmas time as well. We launched a Christmas magazine. I think that'd be awesome. It'd be nice to do something like this, get the communities involved, get questions in. Thanks to everyone who asked questions, and see you all again very soon.
See you in the next one, y'all.
Before we can
see you next one. They're from Wales.
No. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Love to all. See y'all later.